Hello friends, welcome to another episode. I want to talk about the recent Israel and Gaza conflicts. The indiscriminate bombing to the Gaza is a demonstration of might is right. Israel, no doubt, is considered a superpower in Middle East, with backing of the United States, the most powerful country in the world. They probably can do whatever they want and can get away with whatever they did. I didn't find much criticism against Israel's horrific war conduct in Gaza. They bomb everything: supermarket, residential buildings, mosques, schools, and even hospital. Children's, women's, pregnant women's, and elderly people are killed like animals being slaughtered. The most appalling part is that the Western media didn't share or didn't show any kindness, caring to the suffering of the Palestinian people in Gaza Strip. How could they, the Western media, the politicians from Western democratic country, claim that they are on a moral high ground when they criticize other countries like China violate human rights, when they themselves are so much worse? Despite the animal-like behavior of Israeli soldiers, Israeli government, they, the Western country, remain a staunch supporter behind Israel. And probably they are behind Israel and against the total will of the Arabian people in the Middle East. If you study the history, you will not fail to realize it is the Palestinian, the Arabian people who occupied the whole Jerusalem and the area surrounding it, which is modern-day Jordan, Israel, and West Gaza. All these lands used to be occupied by the Palestinian Arabian people. It is the Israel, the outsider, although they claim it is a biblical destination ascribed in the Bible, that the land, Jerusalem, is so-called allotted to them by God. But come on, this is 21st century. You can't hold a Bible and claim the ownership of such a big piece of land that drove out its original owners using force. It's barbaric. And I do not think God, the true God, will condone, will conquer this kind of behavior. No, it will not. It is not the will of God to expel the original indigenous people on this land and create it as a state for Israel. It is the intention and the ambition of the Zionists in the name of God, they committed horrific crimes against the indigenous people of this land. It's so absurd and it's so hurting. The Holocaust does not in any way give those Jewish Zionists an entitlement for them to commit similar crimes or even worse crimes against a large group of innocent people, which has nothing to do with them in World War II. So it is a sheer war crime. And as you can see, the world, the leaders of the world, at least they claim they are, has no appetite to judge justly, to penalize Israel. No, instead they do the opposite. They double down, back up Israel, and in preparation for the anticipated revenge from the neighboring Arabian countries. They send the troops, they send weaponries, they send all kinds of material to Israel to prepare for a bigger scale war. So no longer can they claim they are fit to rule the world, and no longer we, the third world countries, the rest of non-West countries, should be subject to their opinion. Now is time we think independently and we repel the brainwash of those Western media. Whatever they wanted to report, it's always distorted, dishonest, and misinformation. If you read the newspaper, if you read Economist, they will claim that the hospital was, at least it implies, alluding the fact to that the hospital bombing was not done, was accidentally a rocket drop onto the hospital. How could it be? We have all seen the impact of those Hamas self-made rockets. What damage can it done when you compare it, this kind of damage in the Israeli settlement that caused by the Hamas-made rocket versus the damage to the hospital. If you believe your eyes and use your brain independently, you will not believe what the Israeli government or the Western media are trying to tell you. It's not an accident. It's a deliberate, vicious bombing, an act and a war crime from Israeli Air Force. If you tolerate this, if you believe might is right, then you subject yourself to the barbaric opinions or to the barbaric ruling of those world elites from Western countries. No. Blinken always emphasized what American claim to pursue is the rule of order. Is this the rule of order? What they claimed is a bombing, indiscriminate bombing against the civilians, against a city who has no means of revenge and who has no air defense system, such heavy carpet bombing, show of force, the killing of civilians, are the rule of law, are the rule of order? Okay, now I know what the rule of order truly means by blinking. It's jungle rule. Might is right. This is the rule. Rule of order. No wonder China will not tolerate this, and China will never believe or follow the Western rule of order because it's inhumane and barbaric. Looking at the sufferings of Palestinian people, I think I'm fortunate. We Chinese are fortunate. Now we have a strong army. We have strong technology as well as industrial capability to produce the weaponry that are able to defend ourselves against those Western barbaric leaders. I firmly believe now, if we do not have a strong army, we will have a similar fate like Palestinian people. The Western countries, they believe and only believe in power. And don't mistake this power with pure military power. No, it comes in all kinds of forms. Military and a soft power, because they control and manipulate the narratives of those newspapers, of those media. So directly or indirectly, they brainwash you, and of course, they have the financial power.